Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Coach's Corner. My name is David Collins. I'm the athletic director and the head football coach here at Greenville ISD, and hoping to give you a little bit more insight into our program. This week, we're in the last week of our football season, so we've selected 3 more of our seniors for you to get to know a little bit, and we're going to start that conversation with senior running back and defensive back Daniel Rener. Daniel, thanks for being here, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man. Daniel, we always do this show so people can get an insight to who you are, and we always start with just the background and the support system that we have around us. We love to hear about the people that have pushed you and helped you become the man that you've become. So tell us a little bit about those people in your life that have really pushed you and gotten you here today.
Well, the main person would probably be my dad. My dad always pushed me. He always wanted me to be great, wanted me to do better than all the stuff that he's done. And that really helped out a lot. And then another person would probably be my aunt and uncle. Okay. They took me in when I was little. They showed me right from wrong, showed me how I can do stuff, and how if I put my mind to it, I can do anything. Mm-hmm. And them too. And then another one would probably be my sister. My sister always come to my games, always support me, #1 supporter. That'd be the other one.
Awesome, man. Well, to do that and to do everything that you do, because not only are you a football player, but you're also active in track, so you spend year-round in a ton of time up here doing a lot of things, right? When did you start playing football, Daniel?
I started playing football in 4th grade. I started in Pee Wee. I played for Roy City.
Okay. All right. Very good. And, playing here, and you've been playing here since you were in 7th grade, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what has your career as a Greenville Lion meant to you?
I mean, it means a lot because I grew up with all of them, and just being on the field with them since I was been in 7th grade, it just really means a lot to finish it out with all them boys.
Awesome. And you talk about finishing out, and as we move towards the last high school football game that you're going to play, and you think back and you reflect on the lessons learned. What do you feel like is the biggest takeaway that you'll take from football?
Football, it really just showed me that if you get knocked down, just to get up and try again, and to always put your mind on something, and you can really get it done.
Absolutely, man. That's not a doubt. You talk about some of your teammates that you've been playing with a long time, and some of the influences they've had on you. Being in that locker room is something that not everybody gets to be around a lot. And if you've never played sports, I don't think you know how important that locker room is, and things that you've learned, lessons that you've learned there. Tell everybody about some of the lessons you've learned just from your teammates, being in the fight together, being in that battle together. What have you guys learned from each other?
Well, we learned from each other that we can always work together as a team if we all put our minds to it, but we also learned that if you don't, then you're not going to have good results. Mm. And that's been some of it this year, but when we put stuff together, you can tell that we'll be fine.
Absolutely. We talk about it, you get the results you earn, not the ones you want, right?
Yep.
And that's something I heard somebody, I can't remember which one of your teammates said that the other day, but it was just a great lesson that I think we all need to listen to every single day. Daniel, when I first got here, the first day I'm here, I talked to you guys about a foundational belief that I have about a program and that we've talked about since, which is love is free and trust is earned, right? What does that mean to you when you hear us talk about that, or when you say it yourself? What does that mean to you?
It means to me that you're always going to be loved no matter what, but if you don't show that you can be trustworthy, then there's really, what?
So when you talk about being trustworthy and you talk about making sure that people can count on you, what comes to your mind? What are the things that you have to do to earn that trust from others?
First of all, you got to show up to practices. And if you do that, that shows that you really care. Because it's not easy to get up at 5 in the morning and be up here at 6 with your pads on, hitting people and stuff. But if you can do that, that really shows that you care about it. But if you don't, then that shows that you really don't care about it.
And you look at showing up's the first thing, right? I mean, you can't build trust if you're not there, right? And that's something that I think we've it's one of the points we've had to make this year to guys, right? Is that you have to be there in order to get the things done that you want to get done, right? But more importantly, you have to be there for people to count on you. And like we said this morning, but like we say every day, that's not a football lesson. That's a life. That's a life lesson. That's the beautiful thing I think about sports itself, is that it mimics life. It forces us to do those things. All right, bud. Well, last question I usually ask is, you've been in Greenville a little bit longer than I have, man, and I've seen some great things while I've been here. What is something that's your favorite part of Greenville, Texas?
It's really just all the people. Like going out to the community, you know, like whenever they have like the Pee Wee games and stuff, going out showing love to the little kids, showing them, like giving them someone to look up to, and that's really good. Awesome, man.
Well, Daniel, you certainly are somebody that people should look up to. I'm proud of you. You've done a tremendous job for us this year, and I look for great things to happen, not only in track season, but in the next steps of your adventure. All right, thank you for joining us today.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back.
Hometown internet service and support that fits your budget. GEUS has you covered. Choose from 3 amazing packages. Need basic browsing? Try GEUS 50. Streaming and gaming more your style? GEUS 320 delivers. For the ultimate experience, try GEUS 500 and keep the whole family connected. Whether you're streaming your favorite shows or competing online, GEUS Internet keeps you connected. Visit GEUS.org or call 903-457-2800 to find the perfect plan for you today.
Welcome back to this week's Coach's Corner and our end of season wrap up with some of the seniors in our football program. Tell us a little bit about your experience with football.
So I've really enjoyed it. I mean, going through 3 different head coaches in 2 years has been a little rough, but I've experienced what each coach brought to the table and how they made football interesting for.
Awesome. What are the lessons you take from the game of football that you'll use moving forward?
I think the biggest lesson I'm taking is don't take anything to heart, or don't take anything at its face value. Always see how you can do better. Always be open-minded, I would say.
Yeah, open-minded instruction, open-minded, listening to new ideas.
Accept the criticism.
Well, and that's the hard thing. I think sometimes, and you use the word like criticism, I think the coaching and criticism, or teammates pushing each other, I think those things, sometimes some people take those as, hey, this is a negative thing in my life. But really what we all should hope that we have is people around us that are there to drive us and push us and try to make us the best that we can be. I know that's what I hope I have in our coaching staff every day. And I think that's just what dominates us, being the best that we can be. And I'm glad to hear you say that, because I think it helps. And now a guy like you, the beautiful thing about it is you don't have to push a guy like you very much, because you're really self-driven, all right? So, that's something that I think is so important for people to hear too, is there's a difference between people that need to be motivated and people that are driven, all right? But tell me, Evan, what drives you? I mean, what is it that you have inside of you that so many others are looking for that really drives you to be the man you are?
I think just trying to get myself better each day drives me, whether it's on the field, if I get better, my team will get better. If we all work to get better, our team will get better. And then off the field, if I do best in my classes, I'll have a better GPA. If I have a better GPA, I'll get in better colleges. Just getting myself better little by little.
Awesome, man, awesome. Well, where's that driving going to take you? What do you feel like you're going to do when you get out of school?
So I plan on taking a 2-year mission with my church, and that's shown whenever I do all my service outside of school. And then after that, I plan on continuing my engineering pathway that I'm working on here in high school.
That's awesome, man. To do what eventually?
Hopefully I'll be a construction or a civil engineer.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome stuff. All right, we'll give you 2 more questions, bud. We talked about this with everybody. 8 months ago when I showed up here, one of the first things I talked to you guys about was just the mindset of a foundational belief that we have, that love is free, trust is earned, right? When we say those things, Evan, what do you think when we say that?
So I think, especially with the love is free, on how you'll always accept us for who we are and how we go about ourselves. And the trust also plays a factor into that, how you can only trust us if we show the love back, if we show the reason why you should trust us.
Okay, all right, very good, very good. Last question I'll have for you, bud, is you've been there a lot longer than I have. Tell me, and I've found out some great things about Greenville, but what's something that you really love about this place that maybe I need to know?
So I would say the public library is probably an amazing place to be at. It has great people there. I've been going since I was 4 years old. All the librarians know me and my family. So I think the public library is a great place to expand your knowledge, meet new people, and just have a good time.
Awesome, man. That's a great answer. And I'll expand on that just for a second. All right. What's your favorite book you've ever read?
I don't know about a specific book, but probably the Percy Jackson by Rick Riordan, his series.
Okay. And what are you reading right now?
Right now, I'm not currently reading any books. I'm a little caught up in schoolwork and football season, but I've always wanted to read Maze Runner as one of the books I would like to read.
Awesome, man. Well, Evan, I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for being the man you are and giving an example to others of what representing the G is all about, man. Appreciate you,
Thank
buddy.
you.
All right. We'll be right back.
Public Power is more than a community-owned and not-for-profit service in Greenville, Texas. It's a commitment to our community. We pride ourselves in local leadership and accountability. At GEUS, our mission goes beyond delivering electricity. It's about providing low-cost yet reliable and high-quality electricity, television and internet services, and giving back to the community we live in. At GEUS, public power means local leadership and a shared vision for a brighter, more connected Greenville. Together, we're lighting the way to a better future.
Welcome back to this week's Coach's Corner and our end of season wrap up with some of the seniors in our football program. Now we're talking to senior tight end Jacob Ervin. Jacob, thanks for joining us today, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Jacob, we talk to everybody just to get an insight of who you are. The goal of this show is the people can see you. They see you on the field sometimes, they see you in practice, but sometimes they don't get to know who Jacob Ervin really is, and I think it's important that we always get to know who you are inside, right?
Yes, sir.
And that always starts with the people that have kind of shaped us in life, and that's our support system, the people at home that have kind of driven us to be who we are.
Yes, sir.
So why don't you tell the people at home today, just who are your support systems at home?
I'll say my biggest supporters are like my family and like my close friends, but mainly my family because they've been there. They've been there with me since I was just a baby growing up, and they've always just kept me to keep pushing and keep going, or wherever I got going in life, and they just keep bringing me up, and it makes me happy, feel good inside.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what makes me feel good, Jacob, is to kind of see your growth. You go from a guy who at times has struggled academically, but what's something you just accomplished academically for the first time?
I made it on the AB honor roll list for the first time.
That's awesome, man. Proud of you, man. Tell me, what was the shift that allowed you to get that done?
I feel like the shift is just it being my last year. Just like focusing on my grades would just make me just feel good on the long run, and it just makes me keep going, and it just brings me up.
That's awesome, man.
Knowing I don't have to like struggle of like trying to take care of something when I already got it done.
And that's right, man. Staying on top of it, and man, I can't tell you how proud not only I know Coach Dracos, Coach Middleton, and all of us are of you for doing something like that, man.
Yes, sir.
Because that shows a ton of growth, but more importantly, it shows that you were focused and you were locked in on something to get something done, and I know you got to be proud of getting that accomplished, right?
Yes, sir, I am. Yes.
That's awesome, man. Jake, how long you been playing football, buddy?
I'm gonna be honest. I've been playing since freshman year because I moved. I've been here like 4 or 5 years. I moved from California, and like when I was living in California, they just didn't like my family. They didn't have me like playing football. I was just doing what a regular kid does, just playing outside and stuff. But once I came out here, like to meet the rest of my family, they had told me I had a cousin that used to be in the NFL. So I was like, all right, that just gave me the mindset to just start playing.
Okay, all right. What is it that you've learned from playing this game, Jake?
I've learned. You gotta be tough. It's a tough game to play. You gotta have the right mentality. You can't just go out there and just be soft and just let yourself get beat. You just gotta put your mind to it, because it's a hard game.
It is a hard game, there's no doubt, and that's why it's a beautiful game, right? It forces you to get out of your comfort zone and be
Yes,
the
sir.
best you can be.
Yes, sir.
Which shows me then, that's another thing that shows me the academic progress that you've made, man, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. We're coming up on our last week of football, right?
Yes, sir.
One of the things I think we get to do anytime something comes to an end is sit back and reflect on those 4 years of playing, right?
Yes, sir.
What's going to be your best memory, Jake, of playing football for Greenville High School?
My best memory, I'll say, like, from the start of the football season to, like, coming to the end, is just, like, seeing people on the sideline whenever, like, a big tackle happens or somebody scores or just a big play happens, everybody just gets so hyped, and it just makes me happy to, like, see everybody in the right mindset of just being happy when something happens out there on the field.
Awesome, awesome. Well, let's shift to the future now and this new mindset of driving yourself to be excellent in the classroom. Where do you hope that takes you next? What are you wanting to try to do next?
I'm hoping it takes me to college. Like, even if I don't play football in college, like, it'll bring me to, like, go to college for, like, my academics and then go on forward and do something big in life.
Okay. Maybe you ever thought about what that might be after college? What something you may want to do?
I was thinking about either being, like, somebody that, like, creates, like a clothing brand or, like, a entrepreneur.
Okay, so either business owner or fashion, something like that.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. That'd be great, man. And you do a great job, man, because you're always pretty fashion. I know it takes you a while to get dressed every day in the locker room, right? You're one of the last guys out.
Yeah.
But again, that's just another area you're growing in and getting some urgency about you.
Yes, sir.
Jake, one of the things that I ask everybody is, the first time I met you guys, I talked to you about a fundamental belief that we have of love is free, but trust is earned, right?
Yes, sir.
And when we talk about that, Jake, what does that mean to you, bud?
So love is free, trust is earned. So anybody could love you, like, it don't matter, like, even if, like, they're mad at you or whatever, they could love you. But, like, to be able to earn somebody's trust, that should be, like, the number one thing to earn, because not everybody should have the right to trust a person. They gotta show that person they could trust them.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right. What do you think that concept and that mindset has influenced you this year?
Like, from the start, like, I was struggling a little bit, but then me, like it going, like, the season, like, going and stuff, like, it gave me the mindset to just, like, go out there and just work hard and be able to show my coaches they could trust me out on there on the field.
Awesome, man. Well, a lot of people I talk to have been in Greenville their whole life. You haven't been in Greenville your whole life, but you've been here longer than I have, right? And I've seen in my time here a lot of great things, but maybe I hadn't seen every great thing. So what's your favorite part about Greenville, Texas, bud?
I'll say, like, my favorite is just, even though it's, like, not the biggest town, but, like, everybody knows each other, because, like, it's like a little town, so everybody just, they just get around and just, everybody just has a good time because everybody knows each other.
Okay, awesome. It's nice to have that cozy small town feel, right?
Yes, sir.
Where'd you guys come from in California?
We came from a town called Bakersfield. It's like about an hour from LA.
Okay, all right, very good. Bakersfield, California. I had some family in Fresno.
Yes.
California. Is that Bakersfield pretty close to Fresno?
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes.
About 45 minutes, yeah. So I've been out there. I've seen your old stomping grounds a little bit, a couple times. Well, Jacob, here's the deal. We brought you in here today because as a program, we're proud of you, man. We're proud of the growth that you've had. We wanted to celebrate that growth on this today because not only have you done some things academically, but also behaviorally, man. You're starting to become and round out into the young man that I know everybody who loves you wants to see you become, and we can't tell you how much proud we are of you, man.
Sir,
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you,
Okay?
Coach. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
GEUS trims trees all year long because we want first-rate electric reliability. And you know what that makes? Mulch. Lots of mulch. Mountains of mulch. And if you know someone who needs mulch, just come to 502 Wesley Street to pick it up. You'll have to load it yourself, but you can take as much as you want for free. Because it's just one more way GEUS is delivering hometown service and world-class reliability.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner. The three young men that you met today were selected because I think they give us a great kind of a wrap-up view of the end of the season of the way we think about things every day in our program. We talked to Evan about the things that drive him every day and the discipline choices that he has to make to continue to stay on top of the game. A guy like Evan, he's a guy that's always pushed himself to be academically sound, to do other things. I mean, if you guys know anything about being an Eagle Scout, you understand how much work that is outside of what he's doing. And then to be able to get all that done, be in the early college program and be in football, just shows you what tremendous discipline can accomplish for kids. A guy like Daniel, you look at him and all the things that he's fought through in life to stay tough and stay focused on doing great things is just a testament to the overall perseverance that discipline can give you. And even when things seem like they're insurmountable, if you just stay on the course and stay disciplined, great things can happen to you. And then you got a guy like Jacob who, and when he transitioned here from California, struggled at first. And when we were here in the spring, really struggled. And to just be there, Daniel said something about the first thing about being trust is just showing up and being there. Well, a lot of our guys have struggled with that, Jacob being one of them. But to see the transition Jacob's made to being, one, a consistent performer on the football field, but two, to go be an AB honor roll student in the first 9 weeks from where he's come, man, just shows you the dedication and how things can change once you change your mind about what discipline can do for your life. In year one, the reflections for us are pretty simple as a coaching staff is, we know the little victories that we've seen that many people can't see. We've seen those things and we're encouraged by those things. We also know where discipline from us as a coaching staff will continue to grow and help us grow these young people. But the best thing we know is this. We know the path to get it done. We feel confident that we know exactly what it's going to take for our guys to be the best they can be because we've seen it in guys like Evan, in guys like Daniel, and in guys like Jacob. Those guys are going to be great examples for us from the younger guys that we teach that look at what it takes if you're like an Evan Shutt and you've got consistent discipline for a long period of time. Or if you're like a Daniel Rener who's using the discipline and that mindset to overcome a lot of things. Or if you're a guy like Jacob Ervin who's had to transition, had a lot of things change in his life, but instead of worrying about those circumstances, he's just now focused on him trying to be the best he can be and use that discipline to get it done. If you look at those three men as a microcosm of who we are in this world, man, those are great examples of everything we're trying to accomplish, and it gives you a great insight into who we are as a program. Thank you for joining us. I know we now shift into our winter sports, and we'll be talking to a lot of kids from our basketball programs, our soccer programs as we move forward, and I can't wait to get into those programs with you. You guys have a great day, and go Lions.
This video has been brought to you by GEUS. GEUS is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.